Well, I thought it was a good morning, good practice, and everybody was there on time. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of effort out there. Ran to the ball well, ran to catch the ball. Runners looked good. Our toughness, we were tough. Thought we stayed off the ground for the most part well. Got to get better at a few things, snap counts and keying the ball, which happens a lot early in camp, but we will. Those are some things we've got to work on, but we will. And we'll do a better job of coaching that as well. Our transition on and off the field was good, I thought. We had a very good practice. I thought our secondary did a nice job. I like our secondary. I thought they did a nice job out there getting turnovers, and we stayed up and stayed off the ground well. There was some very positive things. I'll let you ask questions, and we'll talk about it.
Coach, any wide receiver catch your attention today?
There were several of them. Antonio Jordan made some really good catches. I mean, he's hard to cover because he's so tall and he can run. You look at him, you're going, he's a big target that we hope you can run and all that. We knew he could run. He showed that today. He was good in one-on-ones as well when they were playing man coverage on him. But he showed out. We've got some guys that can run. Andy Jean did a nice job there, and Jalen Brown can run as well. So we're a little rusty throwing and catching, so that's why you practice.
Chip, we didn't talk about much in the spring. I mean, I don't know how you did later on, but early on, Grayson Wilson was throwing the ball really well out there. Did you notice that too?
Yeah, he got most of the 3 reps today, and we 2-spotted most of the practice in the team settings, and I thought that he did a nice job, and he's one that's really improved. And as you stated, I agree with you.
You mentioned a lot of turnovers from the secondary. Remember any names, numbers, guys who got
them? I think it was just a lot of different guys. I know. Julian Neal had a pick, and I don't know. There was, 3 or 4 of them. It was good to see if, we need to get those. I think our secondary it's one day, but I've also seen them through the summer. I think our secondary is much improved, and but no, I can't right off the top. Kyle might have that, but right off the top, I think it was kind of share the wealth a little bit. I know Caleb Wooden had a pick as well.
Taylor was wearing a little camera on his helmet, which I think might be new.
Yeah.
Is that for, what's it for?
It's for video, for where you can see for a VR machine. So they're able to use that, and it's about a 30-minute, maybe 45-minute learning where it's virtual, where they can see the field off of practice tape and off of game tape.
You recall the total time of practice, maybe?
What do you think? 2:10, maybe after the specialist walk through and the walkthrough, so maybe 2.5 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, and then finally, the heat has been brutal leading up almost to today. What did today feel like?
Well, it felt like it was early. I don't know how you guys are, but if you got to be somewhere by 5:15, you feel like you need to wake up at 2 a.m. and you set 19,201 alarms. You have your wife set her alarm, which didn't go too good. Saturday. What's the day? Friday. Tomorrow, Jamie and I will be married 39 years, and so you guys that haven't been married that long, you still get chewed out if you ask wrong questions. And but we got lucky this morning. I just did not want to go in the afternoon and have slow recovery time whenever we're going to go 5 in a row, days straight. and we are doing some two-spot things. I don't know how we find out who we really have unless we do that. It's no more reps on guys. It's opportunities for guys to get reps. It's especially the 3s and 4s. And as we learned a long time ago, everybody, when they get to college, they're a 3 or a 4 or a 5. And eventually they'll work their way up. I don't know how to do it any better than giving them the reps to actually see them do it. But we did catch a break this morning, and that's why we're doing it. We'll have 2 full weeks when school starts to practice in the afternoon, so I think we'll acclimate to the climate well. But that's why we're going in the mornings.
Selman had a nice pass breakup during fastball that we got to watch and
Yeah.
worked with the starters. I mean, have you seen him maybe take another step forward since the spring? I mean, what's left for his development?
I have. I think there's twofold there. I think number one, he's got a different body. You know, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's in the best shape of his life, and you know, there's power in that, like I've talked about before. All those things build confidence. So he's always had athletic ability. Obviously, he was a highly rated guy out of high school, but now he's able to use it because he's got a body that can do it, and he's in shape. Obviously, he knows the defense much better than he did a year ago. So he's in a battle over there, and that's a good thing. But you know, you look at Davila made some plays today, and certainly Julian Neal did, and I like where Jaheim Singletary is. You know, so. Kenai Walker is a good player, and so I like where we're at that spot. I know you asked about Selman specifically, but I like where we're at with that corner.
You harped on turnovers a lot during SEC Media Day.
Yeah.
Just, you know, less on offense, more on defense. Is there anything you're doing in fall camp, like any new drills or something, to kind of make sure that happens this coming fall?
Every day in camp and in the fall will be the first. Coming right out of stretch is going to be turnover circuit. You know, before we were doing it all kind of together with the stumble bomb and the stiff arm and a double ball. Now we're changing it up a little bit where each coach, we went over film, we understand why we had the turnover, we understand why we didn't get the turnovers, and each coach each day is working on that to prove getting the ball back to the offense and keeping it offensively. So the very first thing we do out of stretch is ball security. We need to emphasize it. I don't know how to do it any more than do it the first thing of practice.
Mike Washington was with the ones out of the running back spot. I mean, is that something that you foresee him being with the ones for a little bit of time, and what'd you like from him today?
Well, I just saw the same guy saw in the spring. You know, Mike last night was earned the, you know, everything they do in the summer is competition. And when they win, they get points, you know, when they're going against somebody. It's not the same guy every day. It's just whomever we decide, the strength staff decides who's the best competition for them. And Mike had the most points, most wins this summer on the football team. And he wasn't going against me, you know, he was going against guys that can run as well. And so we expect a lot out of him because we saw a lot of good things out of him in the spring. So he's earned the right to be where he's at on the depth chart.
You mentioned that there were just a few things you got to get better at, but that'll come. It's early in camp. But this time of camp, when it is so new, what are kind of the main things that you do want to get accomplished, knowing that it's not going to be a fully polished thing yet?
Well, I just want to, you know, first thing, you can't do anything if you don't have toughness and effort. You know, we've got that on the team. We have to be in shape. We also have that. So now you're, instead of coaching all that kind of stuff and worried about, are we in shape, are we this, are we that, do we do what we're asked to do, now you start honing in on the stuff that you can beat people with, or if we're doing it wrong, we get beat. And today, really the only thing today was we didn't handle snap count well offensively or defensively. And it wasn't like a fest of mistakes, but 1, 2, or 3 will get you beat. And so, and that will help you win close games as well. You know, you don't jump off sides either side of the ball. You go score 7, or you jump off on defense. They score 7 instead of 3. Now you're talking about a 1-score game, which almost every game is, and almost in SEC. So that's really it. I thought we handled the football, snapping at those, and obviously. The other thing is we got to be better with the football, and some of those were tipped and all that kind of stuff. But there's still turnovers. We've got to be better there, and I'm not one bit worried about it. We'll get better about that tomorrow.